The beautiful city of Tallinn in Estonia has been welcoming the fans and the players for the past 3 days to this beautiful tournament, European Disc Golf Festival 2025, and we are ready for the final round and the MPO coverage from Tallinn's Song Festival grounds. Gannon Buhr arriving to the scene. He's tied in the lead with Isaac Robinson. They have Calvin Heimburg trailing them with 1 stroke, 36 under par after 3 days. And we have Mr. Paul Macbeth himself throwing a amazing 16 down round yesterday, rated 11.08. My gosh, it's going to be one spectacular Sunday. Earlier today, we witnessed something that we are not gonna spoil here, and we are gonna do our everything to keep it with us. But man, Esa-Pekka Tupola, Brian Earhart, let's go.
It's been such an honor to watch this tournament play out, and it's a tournament that every player I've spoken to has expressed the same feeling of honor to be on these grounds that has such a cultural symbolism to the Estonian culture. They're here playing disc golf on these grounds, and when we zoom into the final round, we have 6 guys that have the opportunity to take down a major. That's pretty much where the scoring is cut off, and there's some separation. And a major win here means something different to every one of these 6 guys, but it all has extreme significance to each and every one of them.
We have multiple storylines coming at you. If Gannon Buhr wins here today, he will have 4 major titles, and he will tie Doss, Robinson, and Shoestreak with him.
Well, Isaac can tie the legendary Barry Schultz, one of the greatest players of all time, still out there playing at a high level. Calvin Heimburg, this is his chance to get the monkey off his back. Most Elite Series wins without a major win, 11? Are you kidding me? Huge chance to right some wrongs in the past, and Paul Macbeth has a chance to finally get that 18th major, tying Ken Climo for the all-time lead. And there's 2 guys tied with Paul Macbeth. It's not even on this list. Anthony Barella and Niklas Antala, they're both tied at 33 with Paul Macbeth. This would be their first major ever.
Either way this goes, we're gonna have very much emotion on the green of 18. We're gonna have much of different feelings. We're gonna see a lot of action today, and we have once again Nate Perkins on the ground with our very special pair of eyes with the players on the field. Nate, how are you doing today?
Yep, doing fantastic. I mean, experienced quite a bit of emotion during the FPO round. Still can't believe how it all went down, but this is incredible. I mean, this is clearly the grandest stage that the sport of disc golf has ever visited. Talking to Matthias, talking to Tarmo, there's 1 million people in the country, right? And they think that 3/4 of the entire country knows that this tournament is happening this weekend. Couldn't be more thankful to be a part of this broadcast. And yeah, you guys said it, 6 guys in contention. 3 of them haven't won a major. 1 of them arguably the greatest of all time. And 3 of them are 3 players that we're going to be watching for the next 12 to 15 years. I couldn't be more excited for the day.
Now we have many storylines for today. Which of them is the most intriguing to you? Who would you like with this as a winner after this day? How would you say it?
Yeah, it's hard for me to put my opinion about who I want to win, right? I consider, a lot of these players friends, right? I think one of my favorite storylines is, of course, having Paul Macbeth, through the putting struggles that he's had, find himself somehow on the lead card of yet another major, right? That in itself, regardless of what happens today, it's an incredible accomplishment, and it, cements his, status as one of the greatest players in our game. I think Calvin Heimburg having yet another chance at a major, still hasn't won one. Brian just mentioned it, 11 Disc Golf Pro Tour wins, but he's been in this position, I believe, more times than Gannon and Isaac, and hasn't got it done. It would be amazing to see him step through that door. And also, Gannon and Isaac kind of battling back and forth with each other. It's hard to believe Gannon, with the skill set that he has, with all the dominance that he has displayed, that Isaac actually got to 4 first. So don't know who's going to win. No clue, but I'm with Brian. I think there's just 6 players, all within 4 strokes. That's where the cutoff is.
Now, Nate, from your point of view, what are the most important shots or holes you are anticipating to see today?
Most important, 2's definitely important with the slope. I think the most important is going to be on that front 9. It's the drive and the critical approach on the 7th, right? That's the bunker hole. If you miss that shot and you get yourself in a bad way and you miss your second approach, your entire tournament could unravel on that one hole. And then the very next tee shot, hole 8, playing as the hardest hole on the course. It's the only one players haven't been able to continue their round of perfection. It's a tough tunnel shot. We saw Simon Lizotte ace it, but it stands to be a hard gap to hit with OB right outside the tree line.
Thank you, Ned. One more question. The level of play has been so high this weekend through. Are we going to see the highest rated major of all time, do you think?
We're close, right? I think we're ahead of where the McBeast battle was between Eagle and Paul, European Open a couple years ago. I think they would have to still shoot, above a 1060 rated round today, which is right around what I think is necessary. That's right at that 10 under mark. I don't think anything less than double digits is going to get it done today.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And I think it's very possible that a player can shoot worse than double digits here. The cut line, or not the cut line, the cash line. The guys making money this week at the major are only averaging 4 down per round. So it's very possible that anything can happen out here today.
Thank you so much, Nate, and we'll let you be and let you start your round with the players there. We'll be in contact for sure. See you, mate. Well, it's going to be an awesome round, and I can't hesitate how much I love this setup. We're seeing the chase card players arriving to the tee of 1. And when we come back from this short break, we're going to have our chase card Niklas Anttila, Anthony Barella, Luke Humphries, and Richard Wysocki tee off on hole 1. See you in a bit.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
This summer, discover Estonia and feel the energy of Tallinn. From July 17th, the European Disc Golf Festival brings the sport's biggest stars to the legendary Tallinn Song Festival grounds. Experience world-class disc golf in a land of wild nature, vibrant culture, and medieval charm. Estonia is waiting. Tallinn is calling. Get your tickets now at svibi.com.
The European Disc Golf Festival is a PDGA major and is presented by CoolBet. Stay cool, bet responsibly. And here is Niklas Anttila's position on our NXT Bets daily fantasy game. 4.5 placement for Niklas Anttila at the moment. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can learn more at nxtbets.com/playdgpt and play for yourself. Here he is. Tee of 1. The chase card is ready to start their day. Let's go there. Let's go to tee number 1 and see their first shots for this final Sunday. Welcome to Disc Golf Network and enjoy the show.
From the United States of America, sponsored by Prodigy Discs, Luke Humphreys. From the United States of America, sponsored by Disc Rack, reigning European Disco Festival and two-time world champion Ricky Waisaki.
There we are. The chase card is off. And we are gonna toss it down to Nate Perkins once again. He's there with the tournament director of the European Disc Golf Festival 25. Let's hear from you guys. Welcome to the show.
Matthias, conclusion of your wonderful event today. How are you feeling about the 4,500 plus spectators that we have?
I'm feeling good. I think we once again showed the disc golf world that this is the best disc golf event ever, and this was our goal.
Yeah.
The second goal was to get over 15,000 people here during the days, so we have achieved that as well. So yeah, happy puppy.
I mean, are you able to kind of enjoy the tournament even with all the work that you have going on, or are there some moments out there where you get to go out and witness some of the golf?
Yeah. There have been some moments where I have been on the course as well, watching the lead card play and so forth. So yeah, there are for us, the organizing team, there are some other elements where we see that, hey, this was awesome thing that we managed to do. For instance, even the podium was, again, pretty cool success.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are trying to do things in a different way, and if we can achieve doing that, then we are happy.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. We've got 6 players, all within 4 strokes of the lead. Who do you think is going to take this tournament down? Isaac Robinson. You heard it from TD, Matthias. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so much. Luke Humphries going out of bounds off the tee. That's from the drop zone.
That's not how you start. Luckily, I got 17 more. Y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, you're true there, Luke Humphries. That's not how you start.
Katrina Allen in mom mode. Hello there. It's going to be a big day out here for all shapes and sizes and ages. Might see the Allen family down there by the petting zoo as well.
There hasn't maybe been a better venue and better tournament in disc golf ever to bring your whole family and all of your friends. You can all enjoy the day here in the Lauluvelek Park. Niklas Anttila throwing 2 on hole number 1.
There's that adjustment that he needed to make, but a little bit short, still inside the circle, but on line. You're not going to get much fade left, it feels like. A lot of players leaking it right, not getting it back inside the circle.
Anthony Barella won the distance competition in the Superstar Challenge on Tuesday with 204 meters, 669 feet. He gets there pin high and 6 meters to the left.
AB very much woke up this morning knowing that there was a shot at being a champion, but he's going to have to start really hot.
Waisaki finds bullseye's edge.
Yeah, he cooked that tee shot. That was way up there.
Your co-leader, Isaac Robinson.
He's just practicing his 60, 70-foot steppers, no problem. And this was when I started finally believing Major Robinson, the nickname. Just couldn't believe it. It was such a slow start to the year for him. You started to wonder, okay, his circle 1 putting has gone down. He doesn't seem as good as he used to be. But then he just comes out here, no problem, and turns out he's just been training for the big ones the entire time. And when you really embody that mindset, you free up so much mental space, so much stress goes away. And to win on a course like this, it felt like he's always been that Idlewild, W.R. Jackson type guy. He can win on the open courses, won out there at Swenson Park. Now he's right here on the sprint course, on the festival grounds, looking for a championship.
He has 24% with the win probability, so we say.
Yeah, he's 4 of 17 right now from the majors. It's unbelievable. I believe it's 23.5 is the exact percentage, and if he wins this, he ties Barry Schultz all-time major count. And again, that is a name that is a giant in the history of disc golf. And to do that so young and early in your career is just really special.
Niklas Anttila trying to go 34 down for the tournament. 9.7 meter putt up coming up. Low and left, that's a bullseye. Coming up with the par putt.
He's got 4 shots to make up on the leaders right now, and that's not going to do it for him. AB just outside the bullseye to get to 34.
Humphries for bogey. Gets it. And now AB for birdie. He wants it and he gets it. Wysocki gets the birdie. One par, 2 birdies and 1 bogey for the chase card from hole number 1. Here is the trophy the winner is going to hold after this round, or the possible playoffs are over. We're gonna have a short break on the network and we'll be right back.
We are here. We are one. We will fight. We will fall. We will prevail. From the fjords of Norway to the shores of Spain, from the fire of Iceland to the hope of Ukraine, 30 countries, one voice. Go Europe.
Tickets to all the DGPT events are on sale now. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can visit dgpt.com/tickets or /Europe tickets. Make sure to catch us at an upcoming tour stop. We have Turku Open coming up, Discraft Ledgestone Open, LWS Open, so many more. Make sure to grab those tickets while they last. Anthony Barella, tee of 2, and the B pin position.
Played a little bit tougher than the A pin. It's just got to hit the brakes.
And settle down. No, 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 no. Hits the fence, the ad wall, down the hill.
Got him at 62 feet putting for birdie. Now Rick.
Coming in hot.
And he's going to actually stop in the hill. I think he's right inside 7 meters. Interesting seeing AB go with the driver on that. Just hard to control the skip.
Anttila gets subtle edge there.
And that's going to put him at 26 feet putting for birdie on the hill.
Yeah, 8 meters left for Anttila. Here they are. The lead card is going to have...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to bring out our lead card of MPO division on this last day of European Disco Festival 2025. First, let's welcome from the United States of America, Gannon, Buhr.
That is a nice introduction to have from that kind of stage. Welcome Isaac, welcome Gannon.
Heimburg.
4 American players on the lead card. Calvin Heimburg 1 stroke behind Gannon, Buhr and Isaac Robinson.
I couldn't be more proud to be a player of this beautiful game, and I've been in this game over 20 years, and never did I think it was going to get to this point. I am just thrilled to see this.
Back on 2. AB. Putting for birdie, uphill. And that low ceiling kind of messes with his chances here. Is he going for it or is he laying up just?
Can't come in with any hyzer. This is a really tricky run.
Goes for it. Ooh. It's cage caught edge. And he settles. 4 meters for par. How about Anttila? 9 meters away.
Oh, sticks it on the left side. Ties it up with AB.
And with that, can Paul Macbeth tie Ken Climo with the major titles? You'll find out that just after this short break.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
Zero gravity. What now?
I don't know. They have to land at some point.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet. 4,
their day. Let's go straight into the action. Welcome to Disc Golf Network.
From the United States of America, sponsored by Innovative Champion Discs, Heimburg.
And we are off with the lead card. As they walk up the fairway, we will head to the third. Niklas Antila coming off a great birdie on 2.
93 meters to the pin. Takes the forehand. This is looking money.
Yeah, this is almost a non-negotiable birdie. You got to get this one of the easier holes in the course. And Niklas just continues his terrorizing of the course in regards to getting bullseyes.
AB in the air, wants a skip. Stays behind the tree, but he's well inside C1.
Niklas has parked in the bullseye 27% of the holes that he's played this weekend. Over a quarter of them, he has not had to putt for birdie.
Paul Macbeth needs one more major title to tie Ken Clymer. Think about that. If he gets it today, he's headed to Worlds at the European Open stage, where he's won multiple times. He's going to have a lot of confidence to take the lead on that statistic.
Well, I think he puts a lot of pressure on himself, whether or not he tells it to people. He always keeps the confidence whenever he's speaking to the media and whatever. But you know he's got to be feeling. He hasn't won since 2023. We haven't seen Paul in the winner's circle in quite some time.
Anthony Barella. Catches the chains, gets the birdie. Niklas Anttila goes on to tap in his.
This is a perfect example of the tee shot on hole 1 and why it's important to try to hug that right side OB. Gannon is 50, 60, maybe even more feet away from where Isaacs is, just because he kept it a little bit more right.
Gannon Buhr throwing 2.
That's the start you're looking for if you're trying to win. He needs to keep doing what he did yesterday. Keep putting it just a little bit closer than Isaac. Whenever Isaac gives himself a putt, make sure that putt has meaning. There should be no feeling of breaking even on any of these putts today.
Calvin wants this one close. Throwing 2. High and wide. And finds the CTP. And Paul Macbeth. Five meters away. Well done by Macbeth.
Clearly something was working after he put in that big practice session on the putting green after round 2. See if that momentum continues. Now Isaac after just a huge drive. Yeah, overstable fairway. That's no problem for Isaac. Bullseye.
These guys have come to play.
After 3 days, you kind of learn what the field behaves like when they play this course. You realize how costly mistakes can be, but you still can somehow keep your positioning when you make a mistake here and there. You just have to bounce back.
Niklas Anttila, tee of 4. He's 2 down through 3. Makes the initial gap. He's in the middle.
That's perfect.
You've seen players skip too much to the left and actually challenge kind of those bushy trees on the right side, and then you practically don't have a shot for the birdie. AB misses the gap and goes through.
That's a blessing because that's right in the middle of the gap. He's going to have multiple options from there. Let's throw it on down to Nate Perkins as we walk up to the green of 1. What's the wind doing today? What's the direction? What's the strength?
Same direction we've had all week long. It's out of the northeast. And today, when it's calm, it's felt calmer than all 4 days. But when it's gusting upwards of 23 miles per hour, it's some of the windiest conditions they'll face all week.
Those are some of the hardest days to play disc golf. It's going to be interesting out here.
Your membership dollars have a huge impact on the growth of the game of disc golf. The PDGA uses membership dollars to provide and aid disc golf as it spreads across the globe. From tools like the PDGA app and Tournament Manager, services like the TD Helpline, and grant programs that support the growth of disc golf globally. Your active membership also brings you access to select member benefits, including free and discounted access to the Disc Golf Network. So sign up today, and we'll see you out on the course.
EDGE is a nationally recognized 501c3 charitable organization.
What we do is we empower the teachers with complete programming along with the equipment and a standardized curriculum. So you have a one-stop shop for teachers and youth educators. That's really what EDGE is. It makes everything simple for the teacher to get involved with disc golf.
If we want disc golf to be recognized, we need to introduce disc golf to the youth. And if nothing else, they've got a healthy game that they can enjoy with their families throughout the rest of their lives.
Here are my Hold My Bag commentator picks for this European Disc Golf Festival 2025. I picked Ricky Wysocki from Tier 1, Ace Riderhold Tier 2, Mauri Wilman, Roland Kaur, my local picks from Estonia, and Mio Hämäläinen from Tier 4. Remember that you can also play Hold My Bag yourself, of course. That's going to be holdmybagdg.com, or you can scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can win up to $1,000 top prizes. It's going to be $10 entry, and the top 150 get paid. Gannon Buhr, T of 2. It's going to be a little short, just a bit. 8-meter downhill putt coming up with the tree in the way. Back to AB on 4. Challenges the branches on the right and actually gets through. Even gets a nice little redirection.
It's a smart, confident play to throw the putter straight rather than going Spikeiser with how gusty it's been.
Robinson. Oh! Totally smacked down by that branch.
Well, he knows he has to be that much more precise with the backhand on this shot. He has to get it actually over to the right. He can't skip there. Niklas trying the Spikeiser on 2. And that's going to be just fine.
Talk to me, Brian. The hole 2 seems simple, but if you take the backhand here, it's really tricky because you need airspace for that shot.
Yeah, whereas Calvin can land just outside C1 and skip up to the pin. He skipped just inside, and this is where he's going to go. So that's the downside of throwing the forehand, but also Isaac has to get the turnover that much more right. He has to use the ceiling that much more. Otherwise, he's likely to lay up a putt.
And there's a very small window here to hit with the backhand. Now Paul Macbeth, third forehand of the tee for the lead card. Stays there about 8 meters, I'm told.
It's a chance to take a stroke on Calvin and Isaac.
Barella gets the birdie, 3 down through 4. Now here's Robinson.
And the last thing you want to do is have to approach this green. Oh, man, that is so fortunate for the world champion.
Yeah, that's some champ level love there.
I don't think he was running that basket.
Hits the pole and stops there. Anttila now for birdie on 4.
Branch is blowing in his face. Fantastic putt. Perkins, we're looking at Calvin lining up this long spinner uphill. What's the analysis here?
It's just so uphill. I don't even think he's going to try and run that one because it's too risky to hit metal and roll all the way back down. Ball hit front side. Clean look right here. Has to go offset. Offset straddle here. Great pace. Good putt just off to the left side of the pole. That's a confident stroke right there. Gannon's going to step up to 7 meters. Going to drop to a knee here. One of the few players in the MPO that likes to do this.
If the wind is gusting, last thing you want is to have to putt nose down.
Oh yeah,
great putt.
That's a strong look as well.
Isaac Robinson casually tapping in his par. Calvin Heimburg gets the par.
Well, just like that, Paul Macbeth's going to take a stroke on Robinson and Heimburg, inches closer. 2 shots off Heimburg. 1 off Isaac. Sorry, 3 off Isaac.
Tee of 5, Niklas Anttila. And very similar result than Isaac got from hole number 3. Excuse me, hole number 2, of course. Barella, 127 meters is this hole number 5. To hold the turn, doesn't do it. That's gonna still end up being outside C1, about 12 meters.
It's gonna be a safe bid.
8 American players with 2 Finnish players on the top 10 at the moment. Gannon Buhr having the solo lead through 2 holes. Going down we have Mauri Wilman, the local hero, tied 12th at the moment. We're gonna fly over hole number 3, brought to you by Zenny, eyewear for everyone.
We've seen the play already. We've watched this played over the course of the weekend, and you have to birdie this. It's a 2.43 average during today's round, or yesterday's round, and you're throwing a forehand. It's that stock shot. You don't even really have to be that cute with it. You don't have to flex it too much. There's a backstop. The backhand is so much touchier. Isaac has done this the past 3 days. It's really just hitting the gap with the right disc. Letting it hit the ground just before the basket.
And Gannon Buhr, 2 down after 2, just like Paul Macbeth. Takes the forehand. Gannon was perfect through 7 yesterday. He had 2 pars in the front 9, day 2. Couple more pars, day 1. And he seems to be dialed.
Job done. He's in the bullseye. You want to make Isaac start to feel like he has to play golf, or start to play chess for that matter.
Paul Macbeth finds the circle, 6 meters. Over to Niklas Anttila, again on 5, throwing 2. That's a very good upshot. That's a par. Robinson goes with the backhand on 3. And that's low. C1's edge. How about Calvin? Again, 93 meters, 305 feet. Is the distance here. Goes wide. Sir, yes, sir. Another CTP there.
He's come so close so many times. His major lead card appearances have gone down since 2021, 2022. And he's got to this event. He looks like he's in form.
Barella lining up a step putt on 5. Cash money!
There's no option. You got to hit it. That's 3 in a row for AB.
4 down through 5 holes. And he's going to run everything he sees today.
I love when he throws that flat spin.
Back to 3 with Robinson. And that is a confident putt. Circle's edge.
He's probably going to have to hit a few more of those today if he's going to want to win.
Macbeth. In the bucket.
And like Perkins said on 2, great pace on Paul's putt right now. He's not leaving them low. You can tell he's committing to them. Hitting that high side of the chains.
One more look. Isaac Robinson. Almost 10-meter putt. Hole number 3. We have the new episode of DGPT on tour. The Book of Isaac. Now streaming on Disc Golf Network. We're gonna follow Isaac Robinson and his week at the Northwest Disc Golf Championships in this documentary. Make sure to catch that on our web page or the application. Barella, tee of 6.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That's a jump putt.
He's jump putting for eagle.
I mean, the hole's over. Yeah, hole's over for AB. Wow.
Anttila still playing disc golf.
Yeah, not too many guys are getting up to that high 70s, over 80 mile an hour on a power hyzer like that. That's ridiculous.
Gannon Buhr, tee of 4. That's way right, but it hyzers in time. Very good position.
That right side has a little bit more space on that right gap if you go right of that tree. It's better to miss on that side than it is to miss on the left. Left is a little bit more thick. Paul choosing between the driver and the mid.
Macbeth, tee of 4. 183 meters and Paul makes the gap, but he's a bit long, though.
Bit long, but he likes the Spikeheiser here. Wonder how he's going to like it with the wind blowing. Such a different choice of line. That kind of inside-out hyzer flip compared to Gannon's super overstable fairway he threw.
Robinson. Yep. That's how you do it. And Heimburg.
Oh, look at that thing get beat down. That's still going to be right in the middle. Options from there. Like I mentioned earlier, it's been a long road for Calvin Heimburg at the major championships. 11 Elite Series wins, no majors. He leads this list, and he's come so close. In 21, he had 4 major lead cards. 22, he had 5. 23, just 2. 2024, he only had 1. And this year, he has been on 0 up until this event. Coming into form at the right time, you wonder if his focus is starting to narrow, similar to how Isaac is treating the majors now that he's getting to this point.
So we head to the upshots. I'm going to talk to Nate down on the field. Nate, we are seeing the wind gusts get to these trees right here. What's the wind doing on hole 4? And do these players even, can they go for the hyzer if the wind's gusting?
They had a pretty stiff headwind off the tee. A little bit of a lull right now. The gusts, when they come, they're showing as a head right to left, almost strong enough that I think it takes that high hyzer out of play. I think we'll see more players go up the middle here. Calvin, you saw it get kind of shoved down into that wind, and it actually put it in a perfect spot. He is centered up with the gap. Gonna start this on a little Annie. Oh, he's got it high. Good angle. Needs to miss it. Oh, gets a good kiss off that tree that's into the circle.
That's a very beautiful shot from Calvin Heimburg. Gets to the bullseye. Back on 6, Niklas Anttila throwing 2. About 30 to 40 meters shorter than Anthony Barella. Hits a tree but finds the circle. Not quite getting there.
Yeah, he is going high. He kind of has no choice.
And Macbeth in the air.
Park job. Woo! Dunzo for Paul. Frankly, Perkins is talking about that head cross to the right. For a Spikeheiser, if he throws it hard enough, it actually controls that push left that people are scared of. So it's a little bit easier to even control the disc moving towards the pin. But the problem here is you have to throw it hard enough. It's very easy for it to get stalled out, but that was flawless from Macbeth.
Buhr. He finds the circle. How can one be so accurate with a Spikeheiser through the trees and everything with the head crosswind?
Well, Paul's one of those guys that has a very close relationship with his disc. He said it's one of the most important things to being an elite player is having those close relationships, knowing what they're going to do in any condition.
Isaac Robinson, total misrelease. Get some help?
Well, this is a putt that can start to take steam out of him, or it can really put some motivation in him. Got to earn it again.
Now check this out. A few moments ago, we saw this drive from Anthony Barella.
Oh, this is just a rocket. Seppo Payu sitting at home saying, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that on this hole. But he hits the line perfect, Little bit of flip from the 13 speed, and now he's 131 feet away from the pin.
Come on. Oh, hits the branch.
AB came to play. Yesterday, Anthony got the birdie on 1 and then 3 pars in a row. Birdie 5, par on 6. Much better start than yesterday. He's 5 for 6 now.
For the birdie. Hits left side chains. Chains out. Gannon Buhr was the first player in this tournament to achieve 40 under par. Isaac Robinson gets the birdie. He's back even with Buhr. Anttila low baller on 6. Not a chance to get that one into the basket. 3 down through 6 holes for Niklas Anttila. Heimburg gets his birdie on 4, which means that he's once again trailing the leaders with only 1 stroke. Beth takes the birdie from bullseye. 4 straight for Paul. Only 3 strokes back of our leaders. Great tap in from Anthony Barella on 6. This is a humongous drive.
Paul McBeth, the only one of these guys perfect so far.
Let's go back to Anthony Barella. Maybe the most crucial hole on the course, at least on the front 9. Hole number 7.
So AB's going to probably have to take a line that he hasn't tried yet. He's not going to probably have the angle to throw the Luna on the turnover. Curious to see what he does on that second.
Anttila.
That's nice.
That's a thing of beauty. Paul. Tee of 5. Once again, a low ceiling shot off the tee. Doesn't quite get the turn.
Oh, that's a great reaction off the tree. That's a putt.
Yeah.
That was going to be way outside circle 1. Now just a meter out.
$11 meters for Paul McBeth. Isaac Robinson. Turnover off the tee. This is looking great.
That's the shot. That is gorgeous. Rides the tree line direct. Nose down, turn with something overstable.
Nate Perkins, as we see Calvin Heimburg on the tee, could you describe this tee shot for us with a backhand?
Pretty high level shape here. You can't move it too right, too early. You bring those trees and the OB line into play. Calvin just needs this to float. He's been low each day. I think that set down a little earlier than he'd like. Gannon says that he's just been trying to throw this one straight, not really trying to work it too right. Little bit of hyzer flip up to flat. Doesn't want too much drift. A little bit of tailwind over his left shoulder. Heisering up to flat and riding straight. It might hyzer to the back edge of the circle, but he's been confident on this putting green all week. He made one yesterday from 12 meters.
I'm not going to skip over the fact that the shot that Calvin threw was just gorgeous, but then totally opposite line from Isaac Robinson. He throws hard, nose down with turn, with something that he knows is not going to burn out. It just rode super straight. Kind of hugged the left side of this gap. That's the Isaac shot. You're not going to see a super steep hyzer flip from this guy ever. A lot of stubborn lines, just under flat.
Uses all the width there is for this fairway.
Yeah, you see mainly backhands on this shot, but it's all different styles of backhand to get to this green. Niklas is second.
You have to hit the island. There's a bunker roll in play. He hits the bullseye. Niklas going to be 4 down through 7.
Okay, so AB has to mix it up.
He gets there. AB going to be 6 down through 7. Macbeth. 12 meters. Goes past the basket, doesn't hit a thing before he hits a tree 4 meters behind the basket. That saves him. Totally saves Macbeth. Buhr for birdie. Misses. Right side chains. And where is he now? There's out of bounds behind the basket downhill.
It's not going to be an easy putt for Gannon. He's still pretty far down the hill with a pretty steep slope. This is a big birdie look for Calvin. Tied with Gannon.
Gets it done. Now here's what's left for Gannon Buhr.
This is where it helps to be 6'6". Solid comebacker from Gannon. Paul's got to make his.
Very awkward stance. Gets it done. Alrighty. So 2 birdies. Most likely. Let's see. Isaac Robinson to take the solo lead. There he is. 41 down, Isaac Robinson. 40 down, Calvin Heimburg, Gannon Buhr. Let's take a short break on the network and we'll be right back.
Let's send these boys back to the lobby. Get on. Oh, Grandma's got a hot kettle for that tea bag.
How did you get so much energy from a candy?
One Shot is no ordinary candy. It only has 4 grams of sugar, and the nootropics help prevent jitters and crash.
Grandma, do you think I could try one of those One Shot energy chews?
Oh, sure, honey. But if you come for the queen, you better come correct, Sprout. I'm the OG. Got it?
Got it.
Level up your energy with One Shot. Grab yours at oneshotenergy.com today.
Hello, we're Kenna. We're a Dutch growing company. We love plants and we want to tell you some cool things about them. Just like humans, plants can communicate. They can sense when another plant is close. Plants look out for each other too. They warn neighbors about nearby threats by secreting substances. And studies have shown that plants love a good tune. We love and understand plants. Let our passion excite you too.
Oh yeah.
That's actually really nice.
Whoa, okay. If you are someone who likes to throw overstable and have it flex, that's gonna be a really good disc for you to check out at a 7-speed.
That flew really nice. No glide at all. I guess that's what it's made for, right? With the concave top, pretty cool.
I feel like that could be pretty useful, especially when throwing into some wind.
I think there's gonna be a lot of people who really enjoy the way this feels for the forehand.
I really love this. I definitely think there's a slot for this in the bag, and I can't wait to use it on tour.
I've been really struggling with connection. Yes, connecting can be so difficult, especially in your case, as it's with an audience and not just one person.
Exactly.
Have you tried telling them about Infinite's inventory?
All the time. 100,000 discs.
Right.
Biggest online retailer.
Well, what if you told them something about yourself? Maybe a confession.
What do you mean?
Isn't it true that you faked the ace that you posted in that snow video recently?
I did, but what does that have to do with the whole connection? We got the confession. Lemonade, lemonade.
Hey, stop.
Get him.
What are you doing? Hey! I love my jab.
Isaac Robinson, tee of 6. Par 4, 207 meters. Challenges out of bounds long. Yeah, Heiser's way before it. Perfect shot. Heimburg. Now that's a sweeping hyzer if you ask me.
That also looks fantastic. This is a pretty simple chip for Calvin. Little forehand to the green.
Macbeth. Yeah, they know how to do this.
Well, and they should at this point. This hole's playing a 3.46, over a half stroke under par. We saw why with AB's drive. These guys are getting within 200 feet of the basket without much obstruction.
Buhr. He's right there. Going back to Anthony Barella. Hole 8. You think you could have a breather after hole 7? You're not gonna. Par 3, 105 meters through this gauntlet of trees. AB pierces the gap. Hits bullseye.
Bullseye, pin high. He's
Wow.
going fairway driver. He's telling himself, just treat this like a catch disc. Treat this like a putter. Compact everything, compress everything. This is just AB's calling card. It's so cool to watch his game evolve. Oh, he's just so smooth with this little dip last second. You want to learn how to throw a backhand? Just watch this guy over and over and over again. Everything. The off arm, the footwork, the swing plane. It's been cool to watch him play with nose angle over the years. He used to kind of be all gas, no brakes. Now he's kind of turned into the guy that shocks me around every corner. He often throws a touchier shot than I think he's going to.
And thank you to Disc Golf Deals USA for sponsoring that form review. Make sure to pay them a visit. Your game, our passion. Niklas Anttila, tee of 8. Has made some remarkable shots with that first run tactic that he's been beating for years. But now hits a tree on the right. Stays in bounds though. Not on the green yet. Gannon Buhr, let's see if he's gonna find the green on 6. Takes his time, releases, and bullseye. Isaac Robinson. Four meters. Anttila hates it out of his hand. He'll be putting for par on 8. Now Macbeth. Whoa, he misses the tree right there. Finds the 6-meter mark.
Oh, look at this little chip shot backhand from Calvin.
They're all parked for birdies. Brian, it's so cool that every single player on this lead card has a different kind of pressure and need for that major title.
Yeah, there's really no room for mistakes here. Seems like any par you take feels bad. Often we're playing courses like Northwood Black, Lake Eureka. A par is okay. Course management is something that can be done, but out here, a par is losing strokes.
And Anthony Barella, with that tap in, moves to tied for second place, at least momentarily, as we see the lead card on 6. Couple of close friends there on the ground. Robinson takes the birdie. Calvin, same thing. And Gannon Buhr tapping in. That is a star frame number 3 for our lead card on the final Sunday. Scores there on your screen. Sullivan Tipton, solid 7 down through 13 holes. Corey Dahl and Greg Barsby, 6 down. As we had the cut yesterday, the cut line in this tournament is not the same as the cash line. Anthony Barella, tee of 9, 125 meters, 410 feet. AB finds the green.
Well, now with that birdie on 8, he's back to the pace that Macbeth was at through 8 holes yesterday.
Robinson. Tee of 7. That's a bomb. That's huge distance off the tee for Robinson.
Yeah, he's going to be able to go slowest, overstable disc on that right side. Yet again, just challenging the ceiling with just the right amount of turn.
You're going to see the Zenny flyover on your right-hand side, bottom screen of this hole 7. Calvin in the air. There he is.
It's another one of those holes where distance just really benefits you. If you can bite off enough off this tee shot. The second shot into the green is not that daunting. It's the island nature that makes things a little nervy.
There is a special rule in play by which you have to stay in the island, or otherwise you have to continue from the mainland, from the fairway again with a penalty stroke.
Yeah, it's a stroke and distance style ruling, so you're not going to get to take it where it goes out of bounds. You're going to have to keep re-throwing until you get on the island, and that's what's made this hole so stressful. You lose the disc that you're going to throw to the island originally, so you're having to stray from your game plan. Similar type of psychological pressure as hole 16 at the Beast that we're going to get to play next week.
Gannon Buhr, tee of 7.
That's huge. That is on the flat spot. He's going to have options from there. Easily a chip shot forehand on the left side. These guys are dwarfing this course. Again, the guys who made the cash only averaged 4 down per round at a major championship. If you're on, you're way on at this property. Now Niklas.
Tee of 9. It's kind of straight. No, same reaction than Isaac Robinson yesterday. Hits the tree, drops down, out of bounds.
My thought here is that because it's over 400 feet, I think he was trying to get it high and stall it, which means he wanted a little bit of turn to push it out and then let it kind of crash out naturally and didn't quite get the angle right. Perkins, let's throw it down to you, my friend. What's the wind doing out here? What do these shots look like for the players?
Almost pure tailwind for their approach on 7. Right now it's a little bit of a lull. Calvin, I think, is in the worst spot of the 4. He got kind of that anti-skip and curl off the hill. He's like right in no man's land, as is Paul, actually, as I'm walking up to his lie. He just went and assessed. Paul has a little bit more of the pure backhand, and he's far enough down that his footing isn't as bad off. He can't see where he's trying to land it all, though. That's the difficulty here. Yep, clean release. He likes it. He likes it. Does it have the pace? It might be a little left side. That's a green flag. Crowd loves it. Big moment for Macbeth right there. Now Calvin has been trying to hit this left side so that he can throw the Toro in. This backhand isn't as comfortable for him. He's got to move this a little bit more right to left than Paul just did. That's tight. Oh, but it's past the branches. Will it slow down is the question. That's also a green flag. That's huge for Heimburg. It looked a little deep. All right, Gannon checking the wind with his chalk. He's in a great spot here for this forehand. He's up on the flat. He can see the pin. He can see the green. This is MD5. He's been great with it all week. A little bit of tailwind for him. That's all Heiser. That needs to stick. Oh, and it's great. Just outside the bullseye for Gannon. Ice cold, barely a word to his caddy. And Isaac absolutely hammered that off the tee. That's one of the furthest I've seen from the top 2 cards. Could be a little more right. He's got to go all Heiser. That hits the branch. That hits the branch. It's toast. It is toast. That's a red flag and a rethrow. He's going to walk up 15 meters. I'm stunned. All right, back to you guys.
Oh my gosh.
I was told you can get them in the vendor village for 7 euro.
Your solo leader, Isaac Robinson, hits the branch and drops out of bounds. There's the corner of the island you can see. That would be in bounds. Now here he is again, throwing 4. Oh, that's left. Sticks the island, but that's a 10-meter putt for bogey. Anthony Barella to become the co-leader to go 8 down through 9. Anthony Barella makes the birdie. He's 8 down through 9 holes. 1 par coming from hole 2. He has a similar card than Calvin Heimburg will have after this hole. Isaac Robinson doesn't hit the bogey putt. Double bogey, Isaac Robinson. He's gonna be dropping down. Again. Hole 7 doesn't disappoint if you search for drama in Tallinn, Estonia on the Rockstar layout. Macbeth. Too low for birdie. No way. Now Calvin Heimburg. Big time chance for an important birdie. Gets it done. Heimburg 6 down through 7. He's gonna get to 42 under par. He's tied with Robinson before Robinson puts his disc in the bucket for double bogey.
Well, a double bogey for Isaac Robinson is the only blemish on the lead card.
Nate Perkins said in the early broadcast, the Tournament Central, this hole 7 is going to be an important That wasn't a stellar upshot from Robinson, and he hits the cage for the bogey putt.
Well, a couple of mistakes. Saw Paul miss the short one. Starting to have the separation already. And now we have the checkpoint here, hole number 8. Got to hit this gap.
Calvin Heimburg, your co-leader with Gannon Buhr, 42 down. That's headed right. It gets stable though. Circle's edge, 12-meter putt coming up.
That's all you got to do. Just hit the gap. Just get down there. Last thing you want to do is have a good stretch in the beginning and then take the bogey.
Barella, tee of 10.
Yeah, that's going to work for AB. He's still cooking right now. Got 8, got 9. He's working on 7 in a row, way up the fairway on 10.
Buhr.
That's okay. In play.
Alright, so Paul Macbeth
Oh, flip the flat, please.
kicks out of bounds left.
Got far enough down the fairway, but that's just not going to be good.
Isaac Robinson to take back from the double bogey. Hits trees left. He's out of bounds on 8. That's huge.
Double bogey, now OB, barely a chance to hit a par. Just like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bogey at best for Isaac Robinson on 8.
And Calvin and Gannon both have long birdie looks from 45 and 52 feet.
Anttila on 10. Forehand shot finds the circle 5 meters away for birdie. Barella. Ooh.
Oh, you can't make that mistake up there. That was within 200 feet of the pin.
Yeah, hits a guardian. He's about circle's edge.
So this is what's frustrating. There's OB all around this basket. There's wind gusting. Still not a guarantee.
Macbeth finds the green 4 meters away for single bogey. He's going back 4 down through 8 holes. Robinson. Same thing.
The bogey's going to bring Isaac back to 39. Macbeth back to 37.
To become co-leader, Anthony Barella. To left. He's going to pick up a par. That's going to be AB's second for today. 8 down through 10 at 41 down total.
Just a few inches offline.
Gannon Buhr putting first before Calvin Heimburg on 8. 16 meters. Too low. Too low. And now Calvin. Calvin Heimburg has a chance to take the solo lead. "13 meters.
Low. Remain tied at 42 down. Anthony Barella at 41. Isaac about to go back to 39.
Now, Brian, if it comes to that we're gonna have a playoff today, we're gonna play holes 1 and 18 consecutively, sudden death playoff, before we have a winner. What a day. It seems to be that there's gonna be a tight race to the top today. We're gonna have a short break on the network and we'll be right back.
Experience is the greatest teacher, and I'm so blessed after 40 years and 150 so courses, every project I'm still learning. I think when you get down to it, a lot of it is about vision. There's the vision for individual whole, there's the vision for the property and what it can become as a course and what it can become as a venue. And then there's the vision for what disc golf can become.
Welcome to the final Sunday at the EDGF 2025. Calvin Heimburg, tee of 9. Finds the circle, 8 meters coming up. We haven't yet seen an ace here though.
It's kind of tough to gauge the width correctly to actually do that, and especially with these willow limbs kind of hanging low. You see how wide Calvin had to hang that.
Gannon Buhr on the tee.
Feels a little too wide. OB for Gannon Buhr.
Red flag.
And I think he swung that OB pretty quick.
Macbeth. 37 down for the tournament. It's very wide. And it works perfectly.
A little bit more angle than that of Calvin's, and that's why I got to swing a little bit more. Perfect shot. Great way to bounce back after the bogey.
Robinson. Coming in. Yes, sir. 6 meters. Now it's going to be interesting. Where is Gannon Buhr going to continue from?
Perkins, down on the ground, are you hearing word of where this kind of stuff is going to go down for Gannon Buhr? Have they given him a spot yet?
Yeah, really interesting down here. For the first time all week, we had a tailwind. Calvin picked up grass to double check. He threw it wide because of the tailwind, and then Gannon got that read and threw it with just a little too much angle. And I think, yeah, confirmed, he's going to be throwing from just 30 meters in front of the tee pad here. Still somewhat of a difficult shot. Best case is up and down for bogey. Going
Another
Indy
shot.
5 here, all hyzer. Gets a little bit of a lift. The willows stop it from parking it. He'll have a putt.
Yeah, another shot. Gannon Buhr definitely has not practiced before here.
Wasn't a bad shot. A little bit shallow, but still. Chance to get up and down for the bogey. Isaac, opportunity to take the two-stroke swing. Brings himself back to 41. Gannon will come back to 41 after the bogey.
Anthony Barella. 41 down for the tournament. Tee of 11. Very low forehand. Gets on the edge. Oh no, AB is out of bounds left.
On the left side, there's a few gaps. He might have a chance for a long flick into the green, but let's take a look at this from the catch cam angle. You see what he's going for. And man, our game is a game of inches. Maybe a couple degrees more hyzer. That thing rides way down the fairway. Instead, it pushes forward and doesn't come back.
Calvin Heimburg. Anthony Barella, Gannon Buhr both in trouble. Calvin Heimburg could extend the lead multiple strokes here, and he does it. Center, high, drops down. That's a birdie. Heimburg looking really solid right now.
That's a big boost of confidence, too. Watching your opponents finally falter after really hot starts.
Seven down through 9 holes. Calvin Heimburg. Now Gannon Buhr for bogey. Not a simple putt.
He's been really frustrated with the wind. He's frustrated with the wind on that second shot.
In the bucket. Still, Calvin Heimburg is leading the tournament with 2 strokes. Robinson in the basket. Back to 40 down for the tournament, 3 strokes behind Heimburg. Macbeth taps in the birdie, 38 down. Wow, take a look at this putt, Calvin Heimburg.
Confident. Well, he's had chances to win majors before. 2021 Worlds, he was in the lead after the second round. Couldn't quite get it done at the fort.
Those low putts. They've been painful for Calvin and they've been painful to see. And he had the lead at the European Open 2023, correct?
He did. Led by 2 going into the final round. I feel like that was the year everybody thought this was Calvin's tournament to win. Couldn't quite get it done, and on 18 just bled this out of bounds. The shot is to just helicopter it down in the fairway, and he couldn't quite do it. Even back to 2020 USDGC, gets up to hole 17 with a chance to win. And then this is something we've seen before. And tragedy strikes on the 17th for Calvin, and yeah, it's been rough for him out there at these tournaments. He says there's just not that many chances each year to get one, and now he's in the best position he's been in.
And this course seems to be suiting him very well. Tee of 10. Oh, goodness. That's a monstrous drive off the tee of 10.
Just got to capitalize on the touch.
Anthony Barella now throwing 3 on 11.
He's got a chance here.
Needs a skip. Has a look.
It's going to be a long stepper, but it's going to be a chance for him to get back on the horse, get some momentum.
Macbeth.
Oh, this is the best shot he's thrown on this hole. Controlled. A little bit of flip right down the middle.
Robinson. 3 strokes back of the lead. Turns this over. Hits the trees but gets out. He's in the middle. He's going to be the first one approaching the basket from those players. Now Gannon Buhr. We've all seen this disc before do some miracles for him.
You love to see him slow down after a tough hole. Nice smooth shot, control the flight.
Now, Anthony Barella to stay 41 down for the par. C2, 13 meters. Ah, a bit too low. And that's Anthony's first bogey. Took the pars from holes 2 and 10. And now the bogey on 11.
Looks like he's just not reading that wind well. He's gotten a couple of these big drops. And actually, it's the tailwinds that are tough for spin putters. Calvin Heimburg, 2-shot lead over Gannon Buhr. He's way up the fairway, folks. The man has garnered quite a fan base over the years. He's given us so many phenomenal performances. Again, 11 Elite Series wins. There was a point where I thought game was over for everybody else. Calvin was about to enter his own reign of terror. But then this man, Robinson, starts to come along and rattles off 4 majors.
Gannon Buhr approaching. Here and there. 7 meters.
Just low. I mean, just a little bit. I didn't want to go flatter.
Macbeth. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
That's what you want. And at this point, Paul's going to have to play almost perfect if he wants to make this comeback. And the best thing you can do is to start to rattle off some birdies, string them together, gain some momentum, and keep sticking those bullseyes to make sure everybody feels the pressure on those putts if they don't do the same thing.
And Heimburg doesn't take any time with his upshot. He finds bullseye's edge.
Yeah, he's just on the beach with that one. That's just a little snap of the wrist.
Ryan, you've been talking with Calvin uncountable times during these years. What are some of his tips and tricks to tolerating these kind of pressure moments?
Well, when I interview him, it's his mindset and his approach to disc golf that always stands out to me. I asked him what legacy means to him. Does it matter? He said, well, yeah, theoretically, but I just want to win titles. That's all I care about. And to me, that just shows how present he is. The man's not sitting on his cell phone. He's not scrolling social media. He's out living life out here on the road, and he's very present. So yes, he's feeling some anxiety at some of these bigger moments, but you can tell he's locked in each and every weekend trying to take down the victory. Here's his chance.
Gannon Buhr takes the birdie, left side pocket very low. That's not a confident putt, but it's in. Robinson. Yes. Robinson 41 down again. Heimburg for birdie. That is in. Calvin Heimburg 44 down. 8 down through 10 holes with 2 pars.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Made from the earth, Rhino harnesses the power of plants and the sun to create topical performance products that are good for us and our earth. Formulated by a pharmacist and built by a chef, Rhino's unique line of products helps adventurers perform better and enhance recovery.
My name's Holland Hanley.
My name is Albert Tim,
and
we use the Easy Cart.
I went with the Easy Cart because it lets me switch back and forth between using the bag and using the cart.
I like the simplicity of easy cart. On the longer courses, it takes off a lot of weight from my bag.
I also get the extra storage below.
And it works for the smallest and the biggest bags in the game.
I think the easy cart goes for whoever already has a nice big premium bag and they don't want to spend a ton of money also getting the most expensive cart.
Can I just say I agree?
Ditto.
Anthony Barella, tee of 12, 250 meters, 705 feet, par 4. Finds the fairway. Back to your leader, Calvin Heimburg, tee of 11, crucial shot. Oh no. That could have ended up much worse.
Yeah, it could, but still, there's no chance at a birdie from there. This long pin is a little bit tougher. You have to get more to the open side or the bottom side of the hill. He's yanked that over 2 or 3 times by now.
Heimburg hits the roof of the building on the left side of the fairway. Macbeth hits the corner of the building.
Wow, that is so fortunate for Paul. That's a chance to get up and down still somehow. And these guys are getting aggressive with this forehand. They're trying to just jam the hyzer flip and flex it left, drag it back right.
Robinson gets the angle correct this time.
And a little pass slide. That's nice. That's going to be a good spot. Great correction from the previous day.
Gannon Buhr, 235 meters, par 4, 771 feet.
That is the blueprint shot that these guys are trying to throw. Unfortunate lie, but still way up the fairway. Chance to throw another flick. He said that's his game plan. He doesn't care what tree he's behind. He just wants to land amongst those trees and scramble.
AB doing another spiky, maybe? Yup. Oh, yes. Now that's how you do it.
Yeah, that's a great way to bounce back. And it's a great way to make the correction on the previous day. He was way short. And that's the beauty of kind of playing towards that right side OB. It opens up this shot really easily. Well done.
Now Calvin pinched right next to that tree. He's laying up to the fairway. Yeah, that is not a birdie look.
We're watching the replay of Calvin's reaction, but Nate Perkins, talk about Paul McBeth's lie. Did he get enough distance off of that ricochet? What is he looking at?
No, definitely didn't get enough distance. He's at the back edge of this right tunnel here. He's going to try and conjure up something pretty special. He's a tiny window to hit, the same one that Gannon punched through yesterday. Probably north of 450 to the pin. Oh, he almost got it. Almost got it. He had enough pace. It hits the tree, slows it down. No chance for birdie there, but got to commend the effort.
Yeah, it feels like on that shot he was going to have to just chance the flimsiness of some of those branches. Otherwise, he wasn't going to have the ceiling to actually get it there.
Isaac Robinson throwing 2. Great position off the tee. and hits a branch straight up and drops down. That's not gonna do it.
And you just see the shot he has to throw here, super steep. He was having to drag that way back to the right, like 100 feet back right. And that's the tricky part about throwing that backhand off the tee. You got to keep it straight, prevent it from fading left, but you do have to keep it left so you don't have to throw that.
It feels to me that tricky is the exact word describing this layout very well, because you have such a small window to hit a specific shot that is determined by only a couple of meters from one way or another from your...
Well, I like that the forehand gets challenged like this. You're going to fade off right, and you're going to be into that pocket of trees, and you're not going to have an open lie.
Buhr. Going standstill. Finds the circle. Big shot from Gannon.
Who said anything?
Chance to get back to 43.
Really? Who said?
Calvin not going to get this birdie. That's going to keep him at 44.
AB gets a birdie on 12. After the bogey on 11. The correction made. 8 down through 12. Luke Humphreys there in the bucket for par. Having a slow day today, 2 under after 12. And Robinson now throwing 3 on 11. Stays in the circle.
Man, still a nervy putt from about 30 feet. And that's for par. Bogey's going to send him down to 40 under par. Leader still 44 under.
It's up to Gannon Buhr to take one stroke of your leader Calvin Heimburg on hole 11. Here's Calvin. Upshot on 11. Bullseye. Looking at the par. Macbeth. He's third. Hits the tree. Bullseye's edge. Stays there. That's a par. AB, tee of 13 now, 150 meters, 492 feet. Practically he throws a pure hyzer here. And he's pin high.
Not a very aggressive skip. That grass is kind of thick on the right side. But a circle's edge look for birdie. Now Isaac, this is likely the nerviest putt of the day. This is to save par. Yes, sir. And that's another one. That's another great putt from the circle's edge. Great pace.
Gannon Buhr for the birdie on 11. In the heart. Gannon Buhr chasing Calvin Heimburg. Heimburg saved the par. All right. We're gonna have a short break on the network this time, and we'll be right back.
the unexpected. Cool bet.
Beth at 69.
I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there.
This man is unbelievable. This is what athletes live for. This is the moment.
So the no way. He's talking about superhero stuff. There's a flying Kev man.
If you design, if you test, if you manufacture, there is only one technology partner you need. TriMech Group is the leading provider of design, engineering, and manufacturing solutions for thousands of companies across North America and Europe. Innovation starts here. TriMechGroup.com.
Anthony Barella, green of 13 for the birdie. That is in. That works. 2 straight birdies taking him to 9 down through 13, 42 under par. Back to Gannon Buhr, tee of 12.
Is that going to carry too far left? No, I think he's going to be in a pretty good spot, far enough back. You saw how easy that up and down was on the right side for AB.
Heimburg.
Tougher spot. He's not going to get to go up and over. He's going to have to challenge that low ceiling.
Macbeth. You can hear the wind gusting. He's on the fairway. Let's head down to Nate with our untapped check-in of today. Nate, how are the crowd doing there following this lead card?
Yeah, crowd's great. They're here in numbers, super respectful. It's really tough to get a wind read right now. Look at that just drop out of the sky. Gonna get barely back in bounds. Of the 4 days, this has been the day with the swirliest wind conditions. Right there, it was switching from a tailwind to a crosswind, and previous 3 days we've had a pretty consistent tail left to right on this hole.
Once again, search for Untapped on Google Play or the Apple App Store and check in today and discover thousands of beers. You can earn fun badges and connect with the global community of beer enthusiasts through Untapped. You can also unlock an exclusive DGPT badge for each tournament when you check in a beer at the course. Current conditions on your screen: temperature 23 degrees Celsius, humidity up to 60%.
You know, on this hole number 12, I'm feeling like to push them to the low ceiling, to push them to that left side, I think they really could hug the OB in a few more feet. A lot of these guys just going over the top on the second.
Macbeth. Coming in. Just a bit short, but he'll do fine. 7 meters.
Yeah, you see how much space they do have away from the OB line to still go over the top.
Robinson.
Yes,
Ooh.
sir.
Almost hits the target from the fairway. That's a bullseye hit for birdie. Gannon Buhr. Also hits the bullseye.
Now we get to get up to Calvin's shot. He definitely bit off a bunch of distance off this tee, so it's not going to be that difficult. They got him clocked at 285. But this is that challenge of being on the left side. You got this tree right in your way. He actually doesn't have that bad of a ceiling.
Look as he stands. He's on the slope. Wants a skip and he gets it. 5 meters, maybe 6. Anthony Barella, tee of 14. Ten birdies, 1 bogey so far today. Takes this low. Gets a big skip. And he skips forward.
Huge shot. It's going to make that approach easy. Goose Gossage for birdie.
To go 11 down today.
Nice work. Shot himself way up the leaderboard today with that round. Currently up 11 spots. Birdie the last 8.
Innova hot round stats on your screen right now. 4 people 11 down. Jaden Rye, Aaron Gossage, Evan Scott, Alden Harris. Good job. And Jaden still on the field through 16 holes. Simon Lizotte on a superb birdie streak there. Birdied everything after hole 8. He's now soon on 18. Macbeth gets the birdie on 12. Heimburg for birdie. To stay in the lead. It's there.
A lot of nose down on that putt.
Gannon Buhr taps in. He's going to stay 1 off Calvin. Robinson gets his birdie. That's a star frame number 5 for the lead card.
Calvin's only missed 3 holes so far. Only guy on the lead card without a blemish on the scorecard. Moving into a pretty massive hole number 13, 492-foot hyzer.
We were taking a look at that simulator yesterday. And what kind of numbers do you need to execute this shot with the hyzer?
It's a big shot. You got to be throwing, if you're going pure hyzer, it's high 70s, but a lot of these guys are going to throw something with a little bit of glide. But it's tricky when the wind picks up.
Yeah, high 70s miles per hour. That will be 125 kilometers per hour for your European viewers on our stream. Enjoying the beautiful day through Disc Golf Network. Tallinn, Estonia. They're hosting their first ever PDGA major. Gannon Buhr. Yes, goes long. 7 meters left for birdie.
Perkins, as we see Calvin line up, what is the wind doing out there?
A really strong right to left at the moment. You could see it get under Gannon's disc late and just carry it, push it left. Calvin going a little bit more overstable here. Let you guys call this though.
Goes wide. He takes the wind read and he lands bullseye's edge.
Calvin is in that rhythm right now. Every shot he's thrown has looked under control, calm, not forcing anything.
Macbeth. 40 under par, 7 under through 12 holes. It's a bit lower, and he ends up about 13 meters short.
That's going to be an annoying putt, too. He's got that right to left crosswind. It's tough to trust the putt when it's blowing like that.
Robinson doesn't like it. Well, he shouldn't hate it, but that's 10 meters.
He's frustrated because he's not in control. He's frustrated because everything's just a few feet offline. He just wants to find that pocket and start putting him where he wants to.
Anthony Barella throwing 2 on 14. Takes a turnover with the Luna, finds the green. Mentioning this guy earlier, Simon Lizotte. All birdies from hole 8 onwards, currently 9 down through 17. And here he is, sticks 9 meters on 18. Putting for birdie to go 10 down through today. That's sad to start your round with the birdie and then get a double bogey on hole 2. For the perfect back 9, that is not it. Back to Barella for birdie. Gets it on 14. Two pars, 1 bogey for Anthony Barella. All the rest are birdies through 14. Alrighty then. Paul Macbeth.
Got it!
Come on.
Huge putt. That's going to take him to 41 under par. Isaac Putting from just at the circle's edge. Can he make another one?
We are rolling back that Zuka replay for Paul Macbeth.
Wind is gusting pretty tough right now for Isaac.
That's way left side. That's a par. Okay, next up, Gannon Buhr. That's a 7-meter putt for birdie to stay with Calvin Heimburg, who's parked bullseye's edge.
Go, Jeep!
That's about 15 seconds that Gannon Buhr takes on this putt, and it's in. He ties the game on the top momentarily. Now Heimburg has to answer. Taps it in. Only 3 pars for Calvin Heimburg today when hole 13 is done.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
This summer, discover Estonia and feel the energy of Tallinn. From July 17th, the European Disc Golf Festival brings the sport's biggest stars to the legendary Tallinn Song Festival grounds. Experience world-class disc golf in a land of wild nature, vibrant culture, and medieval charm. Estonia is waiting. Tallinn is calling. Get your tickets now at svibi.com.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holland Hanley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at powerdga.com.
If you want to know what a disc is going to feel like before you get it, you have to check out OTB Disc. The first thing I'm looking for when I grab a new disc is the feel of the disc. It's got to be confidence instilled. Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
It's really, really helpful in not only finding a disc that looks beautiful, but is also exactly what you're looking for it to feel like. Of course, when you're dealing with OTB, you're going to get only the best.
Jaden Rye, T of 18. His best finish so far in a major is 29th. And he sticks the green on 18. He's currently sitting solo 7th, up 5 positions today, 12 down so far after 17. Anthony Barella, T of 15.
Oh, out of bounds left. I hate to say it, but
yeah,
that might be it.
Yeah, he's running out of holes. He has Rye for birdie to go 34 down. Takes the birdie. Congratulations, man. That's a great round. 13 down.
Well, this guy's been grinding out there on the road. Playing all over the country. 13 under par.
And clean 13 down. 92% C1X, 94% green in regulation.
This guy played 47 tournaments in 2024. And now 2023 or 2025, he's played 23 pro events.
Gannon Buhr, 14. Yep, goes around a tree. He's in the middle. Gannon is 4 down through last 4. Calvin being 3 down last 4. Still leading by 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's safe. But that's not a good look for the birdie.
Not a good look at all. I'm not sure if he's even going to have anything. Maybe some sort of manufactured sidearm.
Macbeth.
Perkins actually, as Paul's lands in the fairway, what does Calvin's angle look like?
Totally tell if he's in bounds, but if he is, the angle isn't too bad. I think it just kind of takes it from a 9-speed forehand approach on the left side to maybe a driver.
They have him 321 from the pin.
Yeah, almost 100 meters still left.
Just didn't get the push, Heiser, on this. Threw it a little bit too flat. Swung it a little bit too wide. But it's also uphill. They have him at 321, but also it's not a gimme. It's going to play a little longer than that. OB pinches up by the green.
Now, let me tell you, many of those spectators, we have a total of 4,600 spectators this day following the MPO, and many of them are close by that second part of the fairway on 14 and the green of 14. There might be some distraction if they have movement there in the gallery while Calvin will be throwing.
Nate, call the shot for us. What's he lining up?
Yeah, he's going through his options for sure. I think he has the backhand. I think the backhand kind of brings in a little bit more of the trees that are out there 20, 30 meters. I think that's what he's going with, though. Okay, he's going backhand, left side. Going to draw this in out over OB, kind of aiming toward the crowd. Oh, he hits his tree on the backswing, and that's cutting into the ground. Okay, it's 15 meters. He's going to have a clean look. That ceiling might give him trouble with his style of putt.
Yeah, saw him whack his hand on the tree on the follow through. It's not a big tree by any means. No pivot on that throw. Really interesting.
And the ground there is also very soft and mushy.
Chance for Paul to take a stroke.
And that's a beautiful shot from Mr. Paul Macbeth.
It's a beautiful thing to watch a disc ride up from that much hyzer and still just float down to the surface.
Yeah, those kind of shots never get boring to see. Robinson. He's been tossing this orange putter all around this layout this weekend. And it seems to be working just fine. Bullseye hit.
They got Gannon at 203 from the basket. He went OB left yesterday. He said he hit kind of a patch of clover that just didn't give him the skip that he had gotten in practice.
And here's Buhr. He hit out of bounds earlier this tournament with his upshot. Didn't get the skip from the left side back in. He took note of that mistake. He wants to avoid it today. To have a chance to take a stroke from Calvin Heimburg and tie the game on the top. Oh, that's very safe for Gannon Buhr. He's on the right side of the green.
Well, he's going to have to earn that birdie. Paul parked. Isaac also parked.
AB hits bullseye, rolls to 6 meters on 15. That was just a moment ago. And we're now live on the green. Anthony Barella in the basket, and that's for bogey, taking the out of bounds of the tee. Now, Calvin Heimburg. This is deep circle 2. He has to put power behind this putt. Oh, that's gonna be a par. And now Gannon has the chance to tie the game on the top.
Oh, these are the putts that get your adrenaline going. You know that Gannon knows where he is in this hunt.
To become the co-leader. That is it. Gannon Buhr tied on the top. 10 down through 13, 9 down through 14 holes. 46 total.
Finally undid the 2-shot swing that happened on hole 9. He got him back on 11, just got him back here on 14.
Heimburg saves the par.
And that's what's scary about those 2-shot swings. It takes a lot of work to finally get to a spot where you can take a birdie back on somebody.
I'm starting to wonder if there's over a 50% chance now that we're going to have a tie ball game in regulation and we're going to have a playoff here. These guys are dialed right now. Gannon Buhr's reaction.
Yeah, he knew what that was for. He's fired up now.
5 through last 5. Back to Anthony Barella. 2 bogeys today, 9 down through 15. He's on the tee of 16.
It's got to take a seat. Should be just fine there, 7 meters. Ooh, a little gustier than I thought. Headwind.
Oh, what? That is the unfortunate possibility on these raised baskets. If you hit the rim nose up, you might get an angle and you might get one of these rolls. Anthony Barella now 11 meters for par. And that's a par for Anthony Barella.
It's a good putt, but just too little too late for AB, unfortunately. Now Gannon on 15. That's pretty. That's a 13-speed driver, and he's making it look like a 7-speed.
That is a good shot. He clipped a little branch right there. Macbeth. 42 down in the tournament, trailing the leaders by 4 strokes with 4 holes to go on the tee of 15. 200 meters, 656 in feet. Smashes the drive. Robinson.
Massive shot. He's hitting that slight turn so well in those distance drivers. But man, he has 3 shots to make up in 4 holes.
Heimburg, the only par for the lead card on hole 14. Last one to tee off on 15 in this tournament. Last par 4 of the layout. That's low, but it's turning. And it's carrying quite a good. Totally fine on the fairway. And these beautiful looks from above this whole weekend have come from Flight Factory. Make sure to visit their page with our QR code on the screen or at flightfactorydiscs.com and check out their disc golf inventory. We are just in the center of Tallinn, Estonia. Just off the shore of the Baltic Sea. And the sea is the reason for those sudden gusts of wind to appear. And we might have a playoff ahead of us. In case that happens, we're going to play holes 1 and 18 on repeat with the sudden death.
Well, it's interesting. Hole 1, at least today, was playing pretty easy. 55% of the field got it. 18, just under half the field got it. So it's going to be a coin toss to see how far these guys can go if there is a playoff. But we got some tough holes coming up after this par 4, 3 par 3s. Calvin throwing just a soft flex. That is just perfect.
He's closer than 2 meters to the pin.
And Gannon knows that. Gannon knows if he has to putt, it's going to be a lot nervier than any other situation. Tailwind, he's reading off the powder. Love how Calvin got it to land soft, turned it just a tiny bit.
All the pressure now on Gannon Buhr. It's wider. Hits the bullseye, rolls to about 7 meters once again. Gannon has been there all day.
It's just a tiny bit of headwind.
Macbeth. Yep, he's there.
So the way it sits now for Isaac, Paul, either of these guys chasing Gannon and Calvin, they're going to have to go perfect from here on out. Well, that's got to sit down. Safe?
Yeah, should be safe there. Any one mistake, any one shot might cost these guys the tournament. Calvin Heimburg, perfect upshot on hole 15. Moments later, answered by Gannon Buhr.
It's been hard to stop Calvin Heimburg. He's been parked 4 times this round. Actually, his 5th comes on the green here, 15. Unbelievable stuff. He has been so good approaching these greens for birdie. And it keeps the stress levels down. If you're having to make circles edge putts all day, like we've seen with Isaac, he's had to earn these putts. When the wind is gusting like this and you keep having to make wind reads, you definitely get decision-making fatigue. And here we go. Speaking of which, here's another one for Isaac.
Trailing the leaders by 3 at this point.
Got
now
it.
Only 2.
He's done such a good job sticking these with power, with confidence. He's got them all on the strong side.
Now Buhr for birdie. That is in the basket.
And here we go, heading on to the home stretch. 2 gap hits and a massive downhill par 3 to decide the champion.
What is happening? I don't know what you want.
Great news! Uplay and the PDGA share a mission to provide education and support for healthier lifestyles through the sport of disc golf. By joining the PDGA, your membership dollars are directly at work for these amazing programs, introducing and producing disc golf players all over the world. Support our programs by joining the PDGA or donating here.
It is crunch time, folks. Thanks to our friends at 1010discs.com, you will not see any commercials in this final stretch of 3 holes. 3 par 3s, Brian, to end this layout. Gannon Buhr.
Elevated pin, you want to stick this close.
That's not close.
He's going to have to earn that one. There's going to be a little bit of a headwind from there, likely a head cross. As we watch Paul Perkins, can we get a confirmation on the wind direction here?
Yeah, head right to left. Pretty protected on the tee pad, but once you get out to the green, it's pretty strong right to left.
Robinson. Takes it high risks, the ceiling goes through and finds bullseye. Now Heimburg. He pierces the gap. Does it have stability? He's got it!
That is his 6th bullseye of the day.
And Gannon Buhr has to putt first. He's actually outside C1.
Oh, this dude is unbelievable today.
Calvin Heimburg looking maybe the sharpest he's ever looked.
This is as sharp as he's ever looked. And this is what I remember. I remember me and Perkins were calling Texas State championships one year, and we were thinking, I don't know if anybody's going to ever play at this level. He was just playing so perfect. Every shot was under the basket, doing exactly what he's doing today, and the putter has come along, and this is what Calvin has needed. He's 9 for 9 circle 1X, hasn't dropped anything from circle 2, but all the birdie putts that he's needed to get, he has stuck.
9 down day 1, 15 down day 2, 12 down day 3, and now he's 11 down. Here's Gannon Buhr. He needs to get this. Head right to left for Gannon Buhr. That's not it. That's bullseye's edge for par.
Well, and this is what I'm so excited about with these 3 par 3s. These stroke swings are going to happen really quick. A lot of the approaches to the greens and the par 4s are so short and so simple, but the par 3s are what get you out here.
Don't believe us? Go and watch the FPO coverage after this one. Here he is once again, and his reaction.
They have one more gap to hit on 17.
Macbeth for birdie. Outside C1. Chains out right. This is the only raised basket on this layout, and it gets into the minds of these players. Robinson taps in, and Calvin Heimburg has this for the birdie. That's a birdie, and you have a new solo leader from Calvin Heimburg. Coming all the way from Safety Harbor to Tallinn, Estonia, and he's 2 holes away from his first ever major title.
Well, they head out to 17, which is another one of those treacherous gap hits, just like hole 8. One mistake, one missed fairway can send you out of bounds with a challenging approach up to the pin. And a 2-shot swing can happen just like that.
Mauri Vilman on the green of 18. He's gonna be the top Estonian finisher in this tournament. He's the highest rated Estonian player in the world. Listen to that crowd. He takes the birdie on 18, goes to 33 down, 9 down for the final day.
He's such an exciting player to watch. So happy to see him perform well this week. And starting off the tournament being sick, so many of the players coming over from Norway caught some sort of illness. We saw Anniken Sten come down with an illness and drop out of the event. Multiple players got over this flu-like bug that was going around, and Mauri was one of them.
Talk about this hole 17. It's a mirror image of 18, but we're going uphill.
Yeah, it's 308, downhill, tight gap. Again, OB hugs tight on both sides. Look at this gallery funneling into the final 2 shots. And this is where you just got to send every bit of commitment you have into the shot.
It's a low ceiling shot. You have to pierce the gap, and you need some ground play, usually, if you want to get to the circle. Robinson, first up. He doesn't need the ground play whatsoever. Bullseye hit.
When you saw Isaac start with a little bit more hyzer than he normally does, there's got to be some wind affecting this tee shot. Normally when you're throwing a wooded gap, you have some blockage from the trees around it, but not here.
Next up, Calvin Heimburg.
Finds a stable edge so late, slides over the path. That boy's putting for birdie again.
Gannon Buhr. Gannon has to hit this fairway. He can't afford a kick out of bounds of the tree. He can't afford to can't afford to miss the mandatory here. He has to do it. Oh boy.
Gannon has a chance to hit the birdie and go into 18, down 1. Given that Calvin makes his putt, felt like he was trying to rip this just a tiny bit more flat. I also feel like he was maybe trying to play the wind again and just didn't make the right read. Yeah, just not behaving the way he wanted it to behave, and now he's coming up short.
Macbeth. Well, that's a route.
He's going to take it. He's going to take that. Perkins walking up the fairway of 17. 4,600 people starting to funnel in around these guys. What is it like down there?
Really incredible to witness all this unfold firsthand. Yeah, it's special how each moment gets built up and the crowd just gets quiet before they tee. Gannon was just in disbelief right there. He actually liked the shot, but it was left the whole way, and now he's walking up to back edge of C2, tail left to right now, gusting strong. He's got to start this above the top band, likely going to drop. Kind of switching to a little head left to right at the moment. He's got it up. Oh, it looked like it was going to get there. Hits the front of the cage. Oh, he can't believe it.
It's a game of inches. Just short.
Paul Macbeth. Paul Macbeth gets the birdie.
This feels like it's to seal the tournament right here. We are going into 18, and there's a hope. There's a chance for Gannon. Wow.
My heart is racing here right now. Calvin Heimburg hits the rim on the right side, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get the birdie. They take pars.
And off we go. And you rarely see a guy like Calvin with that type of locked arm mechanism on the push putt miss left or right. Calvin fans everywhere on edge going up to the tee of 18.
Fans in front of that big screen while Calvin hits the rim, putting their arms behind their back that like they are in a Coldplay concert or something. And now we're headed to the tee of 18, people. One hole left to play.
Perkins, one more time, orient us. What's the direction? What's the strength of the wind out there? What are these guys looking at?
Yeah, it's a head right to left for them. Same wind that they've had all week. Nothing new, and it's actually not too strong of a wind at the moment.
Well, Isaac Robinson on the tee. You all seen what he did a couple of days ago. In the air.
Well, it's not going to happen for Isaac Robinson. He's safe, but outside circle one.
Macbeth. He was not able to tie the record with Ken Climo today. But he hits bullseye's edge to go 45 down on the last day, and now people, Calvin Heimburg.
Oh, he is outside circle one. He is 15 meters away from the basket. Gannon Buhr now has a shot to send this to a playoff. Calvin will have that putt for the win.
Gannon Buhr, the last man teeing off hole 18 in regulation on final Sunday.
Oh, he did it. Tombstone, 7 meters. Calvin has the biggest putt of his life from 15 meters away. The gallery is silent. And for a second, it looked like it was a little bit too high, too tight. But I think he threw something pretty overstable and just sent every bit of energy he had left into it. Here we go. Perkins, one last time as we walk up the fairway of 18. What are your thoughts on the weekend? What are your thoughts on the day?
Unbelievable weekend, and man, it's just wild how few mistakes each of these players are granted at this course. Calvin had a chance to seal it on 17, and now he's walking up for a putt for the win. I'm going to give him 13 meters here, head right to left.
Here we go. For the win. Heimburg does it!
The biggest putt of his entire career. Are you kidding me? Could there seriously be any other way this finishes? He lets us feel a little bit of emotion going into 18 and then cashes the biggest putt of his entire life. All that emotion coming out in that one moment.
Calvin Heimburg is a major champion with 136 Elite Series or major starts in his career. Gannon Buhr gave this round everything he got. But Calvin Heimburg, clean 13-meter putt on 18, gives him the title.
Man, all those years of frustration, all those years of coming up short, the graphics getting made about Calvin Heimburg not being clutch at the majors. Well, here you go, folks. There's your clutch. With 4,600 watching. It's a long road out there. Touring, playing this game full time. It's not always easy. He's come so close. He's lost so many times. But this is his defining moment. Unbelievable.
You got him, Gannon? They add up 50, 51, 52, 54.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It has been an unbelievable tournament in Tallinn, Estonia. We'd had some amazing shots off the tee, big time putts to save the players from difficult situations. We saw a magnificent final round from the FPO this morning. My jacket is empty after this round of the MPO.
What I will say, look at that top 7. Those are always the guys that are in contention at the major championships. Every single time the cream rises to the top, no matter what the course is, what country you're in. Greatness is greatness in this sport. It is such a hard game to play consistently, and every single time it seems like these guys come out of the woodwork and always rise up, whether it's the second round, third round, all these guys sitting on the leaderboard. Calvin gave us the show of a lifetime. Unreal.
He's been so close many times in these majors. He was tied on the 3rd place, I believe, in the stats of podiuming a major without having a win. And you being there with him after these losses that have pushed him down, how is he able to come up from those and just keep on charging forward?
Well, people forget that he's been doing this since he was a little kid. This game is in his blood. He's not going to be anything else in this life. He went and got his degree from college, just to make sure. But he's a disc golfer through and through. And yeah, you lose tournaments. It happens. You kind of have to have a dark sense of humor to be a disc golfer. And yeah, you're going to have some bad things happen to you. You're going to lose some tournaments and have podcasts talking about how you're not clutch. But the reason he's Calvin Heimburg is because, yeah, he's won 11 of these Elite Series events, but he's not going to give up. Just because he starts to get the reputation of not being clutch doesn't mean he's not going to show up and give everything he has. And this is a course that anybody could have won. That's why I think this one's special.
And we were talking about the European Open a couple of years ago, when he had a chance to take the event down. He's going to have a nice feeling going to Finland after this tournament.
Of course. And now he knows what it's like to be at the biggest stage, hit the putt to win from circle 2. He's been there and done that now. He's reached that milestone. I will say, a repeat at Worlds would be historic. I mean, this tournament already is historic. That many people on the ground watching you play, pulling off that, unreal.
Just unreal. Amazing final round. So full of action, and we had so many people in contention. Anthony Barella charging there. Isaac Robinson going 3 over par in 2 holes, 7 and 8. And we are going to head down now to the award ceremony when we crown the winner of this tournament in MPO.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an ending. But it is time for Kuba Presents European Disc Golf Festival 2025 and PDGA Major MPO Award Ceremony. 3rd place from the United States of America, Isaac Robinson. Second place from the United States of America, Gannon, Buhr. And the winner, your Gulbe Presents European Disc Golf Festival 2025 and PDGA Major Champion, Calvin Heimburg. And now, the anthem of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to celebrate the champagne showers. And now I'll give the word to Nate Perkins for the interview with our champion.
Calvin, for 7 years now, you've been one of the most likable, one of the most iconic figures in our sport. I don't think there's a single disc golf fan out there that isn't elated to see you win your first major title today. On one of the finer stages that our sport has ever seen, what does it mean to you to walk through that door and get your first major victory?
You know, it's been something on the bucket list for, you know, as long as I've been touring, so it means everything, you know, to do it, and, you know, it feels amazing.
I mean, it feels like you're walking a tightrope out there, right? On this course during this final round with the guys that are surrounding you, pushing you. How did it feel out there to shoot that 13 under?
You know, I knew going into the day it was going to be a sprint. You know, it's been that way every single day. Felt pretty nervous on the front nine, honestly, and was able to push through that, threw a lot of shots really close, was able to score well there. And then they kind of faded for a while there until the very end of the round. Nerves definitely really hit me there. Missed a short putt there on 17, which could have kind of sealed it, but was able to make a big one on 18, so it didn't matter.
Where did you find the will? Where did you draw from on that putt? You stepped up 13 meters, a little bit of headwind, you had just missed. How did you do it?
You know, I just missed pretty bad. May not have said the nicest things to myself in my head. But yeah, I just kind of talked myself into it. I knew I could do it, and just told myself to put it in there and give it a chance.
All right, Estonia, one more time for your major champion, Calvin Heimburg.
Ladies and gentlemen, Calvin Heimburg. And
He is your
before I let
champion.
you go, Calvin, I'm not going to leave you alone here. I'm going to bring here, as we did last year, all the yellow, all the black-shirted people. I'm trying to put the words together because it's been a long week for me as well. So all the volunteers, please come to the stage. And also, all the players who are still here, who competed, please come here. We want to appreciate you. We want to take a photo, and we want to show who is actually behind this massive event that we put together and that you could enjoy. We started this competition with 156 players, if I'm not mistaken. We had over 100 volunteers working day in, day out, from the early mornings till late nights, just to build everything, and already they've started to disassemble this place. Wow, it's been a week, and thank you all. We had over 15,000 people during these days spectating and helping us. So big round of applause to you guys as well. With this kind of team behind everybody's back, you can create miracles. And we will do that next year again from 18th till 21st of June when we have both President's Cup and another major here. I think that is all said and done. Thank you, and see you next year.
Thank you to every volunteer and to every staff member making this event possible. What an amazing weekend, Brian.
Well, I'm going to say it one last time. I feel so proud to be a disc golfer. I feel so proud to have been in this game since I was a kid, just like Calvin Heimburg, watching the game evolve over all these years and dreaming that one day it's going to look something close to this. And again, I've never dreamed that we would be in such a culturally significant place across the pond, watching Calvin Heimburg hit the biggest putt of his life. Our sport is in good hands, and I'm so excited for the future. It's just going to be wonderful.
And we're not going to have nothing else but 1 week between this event and the professional disc golf worlds in Nokia and Tampere. Now, what are these players going to take with them when they go towards Finland for the
Well,
Worlds?
I think the big stage. We have no idea what UC Maresma has in store over there in Nokia and Tampere, but the players got a taste of it here. And what I loved about how they did it here in Estonia is that despite all these people, 15,000 spectators coming to watch disc golf on some seriously historic grounds, the players weren't crowded. They got from hole to hole. They had people helping them separate from the crowds. No one was running across their fairway. And a lot of these players, including Calvin Heimburg, have had situations where, as crowd control evolved in professional disc golf, he had some really frustrating experiences with that. Here, this was the best crowd control I've ever seen, at least from our perspective in the booth. And they had tons of space to just compete and play and focus in despite all the eyes on them. But next week at Worlds might be a completely new world for them that they've never seen again.
That's the thing. We're now going to have a short break on the network, and we'll have the after show behind this break, and we're going to keep on having the analysis of this event. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
legends built it. The next generation is elevating it. The most dominant team in disc golf history just got deeper. World champions, record breakers, the future of the game, united under one banner. This isn't just competition, it's a legacy in motion. This is the next chapter. Discraft, built for flight.
Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket. These are torque-resistant discs that provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself.
The discovery of electricity, the first flight, democracy, splitting the atom, computers, modern medicine, space travel, and of course, the royal line from Latitude 64.
I sort of like proved to myself that I still got it. Whatever is meant to happen with me will happen. And what I want wants me even more, so I just have to be open to receive it.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool bet.
There. And then back, stop.
So what's the timing here?
In 3, 2...
Hey, Paul! Good to see you!
Hey!
We are here. We are one. We will fight. We will fall. We will prevail. From the fjords of Norway to the shores of Spain, from the fire of Iceland to the hope of Ukraine, 30 countries, one voice. Go Europe.
Experience is the greatest teacher, and I'm so blessed after 40 years and 150 so courses, every project I'm still learning. I think when you get down to it, a lot of it is about vision. There's the vision for individual whole, there's the vision for the property and what it can become as a course and what it can become as a venue. And then there's the vision for what disc golf can become.
Welcome to the after show. We've seen highlights and highlight reels from Calvin Heimburg several years straight now, but never have they led us into a major championship title until now.
Calvin just gave us the show, and he said he was nervous all day, but I feel like sometimes an athlete can be so nervous that they almost have that out-of-body experience where they just can't be with themselves, so something's just pulling them through the course, and he notched 6 bullseyes when he was moving through this property. So yeah, something was clicking for him, but it just never looked like he was out of sorts like he said he was. A little bit long here on 7, tough green to stick, gets his meter in bounds, makes the birdie on that, steps up here. Gorgeous tee shot with the slower disc. This is on 16, and that was the dagger right there. That was the pressure on Gannon Buhr, having to make that longer putt, and then here we go. All of that emotion from all those years and disappointments finally coming out right there. this is a man that's given his whole life to this game.
I feel that's gonna be the putt of this year.
Oh, we're just starting. Epe, we got the World Championships next week. We have a long list of big championships coming up.
Let's add the so far end of the sentence.
This whole season has blown me away, especially in the MPO division. We had 40th ranked Ben Calloway win last week. I will never forget him being on the lead card with Raven Newsom, 82 ranked on tour at the time, unranked Jacob Blair alongside Ricky Wysocki. This is not just that tournament. This is all season long. The guys that have been trying week in and week out to prove themselves are finally doing it. They're finally believing in themselves. And with that, puts pressure on the top guys. It's not as easy to just walk through tournaments anymore and win. You're making them sweat a little bit, and that's what's happening in the MPO division. Guys, I just talked to Sullivan Tipton recently who said, I'm trying to throw in all of my upshots, essentially. We have guys trying to push the envelope on the game further and further back. And in Circle 2 this week, it was tough. We're talking about pushing it back. It was gusty wind. We saw Gannon Buhr struggle across the board making the right wind read. And that's what was tricky about today. Perkins said it came down to 0 miles an hour. Sometimes it gust up to 20-25. And Calvin, with those 6 bullseyes, took a huge advantage over Gannon Buhr and made it a little bit more stressful for him.
Well, talking about Perkins, we can only see and hear so much from the booth. He's there on the ground. I want to ask him, how did the crowd feel? How did he feel after that putt went in for Calvin Heimburg? What was the emotion on the field? Nate, please share us more.
Yeah, it's pure electricity. There's really nothing like those moments. It's why live sports are so compelling and why I feel like disc golf is one of the best live sports in the entire world. I think we're telling some really amazing stories, and this was one of our best stories, right? Calvin has been so close for so long, and I said it before, but he's one of the most likable guys. He's just an iconic figure, and he's been so close to majors, and so it was just like a bolt of lightning, legitimately. The crowd erupted, Calvin releasing so much emotion. What's not to love, man?
He said there in your interview on the stage that he might have said a couple of not so nice words to himself after the putt on 17. Were you walking with him to the tee of 18, or where were you at the time?
No, I stayed down low the whole time. I was talking to his friend and media partner Joey Tamale, and Joey was saying that he asked Calvin after what he's thinking before, and Calvin made a little joke, said that he was legitimately saying mean things to himself after the putt on 17 and before he putt on 18. So I don't know if that's true, but could just be Calvin's sense of humor. But whatever it was, it worked. It was just incredible to watch that putter go in.
Well, Perkins, I want to just talk to you about the entire day. It felt like at some point, Calvin and Gannon were starting to do the same thing they did the other day when they snuck up on the lead card and they both shot really hot rounds. When did that start happening? When did they start chattering again? And then when did that stop? When did things start to get tense? It felt like they were kind of using each other's momentum like they did in round 2.
Well, I saw them talk to each other briefly. I think it was on the walk from 8 to 9. Isaac had not totally taken himself out of the picture, but the double on 7 and then kicked OB on 8. Calvin and Gannon were the only players to throw clean on that hole. I saw them chatting there, but really didn't see them, have a lot of back and forth from then on out. It was tense on every shot, and this style of course, it's like you can't make a mistake. So I think that in itself brings a certain level of difficulty to it, regardless if the shots aren't necessarily the hardest shots that we ever see out on the tour. I think the fact that you have to approach perfection, it just brings so much more tension to the game.
Well, Perkins, I'll ask you another question. We saw some A and B pins on just a few of the holes out there, but personally, from my perspective, it feels like the course would really sing a lot more if we had a lot more of these A and B pins out here. Do you agree or disagree with that opinion?
Oh, totally agree, Brian. Yeah, I think that we could change as many as the grounds allow for, right? Even if it's just subtle, even if it's just instead of fading into the green, you have to throw flat or you have to draw it into the green. So they only changed 3 holes, and I'm totally with you that they could change all 18, really.
Well, Perkins, you were talking about the need to approach the perfection here. And this has been the highest rated major of all time. Actually, we have 3 of those highest rated major conclusions from here.
Wow. Yeah, that's an incredible statistic. It makes sense with the way that the rating system works, with all the OB, all the variance. You know, the more variance that you have in a course, the higher those ratings are going to go. And yeah, 49 under par, it's an incredible number. And I think it's just the nature of disc golf, right? We're different than golf. It's not about par isn't treated necessarily the same, right? You know, we're approaching double-digit rounds. The winner is approaching double digits at almost every venue that we play. So I think it's totally okay. And this was one of the most exciting tournaments in disc golf history. So they're doing something right.
Well, I was talking to Epe earlier about how the entire MPO field seems to be finding that confidence to be a champion at this point. And it felt like for a little while there was kind of some guardians in the division that just wouldn't let anybody break into that top echelon. What are your thoughts on the talent level that's been rising year after year, but this year it feels like it's finally hitting that saturation point?
Yeah, there's so much talent out there, right? If you look at the leaderboards week in and week out, though, there's still a relatively short list of players, right? You know, 10 to 12 guys that continue to be at the top. And I think that can do 2 things, right? The near perfect golf that it feels like you need to have, that can either inspire a new generation or it can kind of defeat a new generation, right? It can convince you that you might not have it. So I think there are, 100 guys out there that have the actual skill set. Now, whether or not they're going to have the class to walk through the door, I'm speaking of Worlds, whether or not they're going to have the class to step through that door and find the belief in themselves that, yeah, they can go toe-to-toe with Gannon, they can go toe-to-toe with Calvin, Isaac, Ricky, Paul, like, that's another story, and that's the reason why it's going to be a compelling watch, right? Like if we have another new first-time major champion next week, I mean, how special would that be?
Perks, we've had a lot of people discussing about what's a perfect last 3 or 4 hole stretch in a specific layout, and most of what I've heard, people say that I can't stand par 3s late in the round. We have 3 par 3s to end this layout, and from my perspective, it gave us one of the most hectic and anticipated ending for this tournament. How do you feel about the last stretch, 16, 17, 18?
They're not easy, right? 16's this kind of awkward, staggered gap. They elevated the bucket, so you got to put it close. The green is really exposed. It was windy all 4 days. You look, that wasn't the easiest hole on the course to birdie, right? It's not a guarantee. And what happened? Gannon parred it. Calvin took the lead there. 17, not easy. It's uphill, 100 meters, but there's OB right outside the tree line. So there's a ton of tension on that hole. And then 18 is open, but it's long enough. It's windy enough. There's OB. A lot can go wrong on that hole. We're seeing the best players in the world throw the hyzer, and, worst we really saw was 15, 20 meters, but anything can go wrong on that hole, and so I don't think that there's anything wrong with the finish that they had out here.
Well, thank you, Nate. It has been an amazing weekend. Thank you for your efforts on the on the
was
layout
great.
there with the players, with the interviews. It has
Yeah.
been a blast. Thank you for joining these streams, man.
Yeah, you guys crushed it. You guys crushed it. Brian, EPT, this is an honor, man. This is so special to be a part of this with you guys. So can't wait to work with you again. This is one to remember.
Well, that's gonna wrap things up. Thank you, Nate, and thank you, Brian, for this season 2025. It has been our last show together.
It's been an honor. Hey, I'm going to miss you, bud. This was a great run. We had a great run of tournaments here in Europe, and I'm going to be out there on the ground for the MPO division at the World Championships, but you'll be sorely missed, and maybe I'll see you out there in the gallery.
Sure, you can see me there, and I will be in the Turku Open for the last booth of this season with Pasi Koivu. There is still one question we have, and we might not have a question there. OTP shut off today. Colin Spot 18, what's yours?
Just run it. Show us the clip. Show us the,
Come on,
the
run
replay, you know.
MPO, final Sunday, European Disc Golf Festival 2025, OTB shut off today. No surprises at all. We both get a point here.
Everyone dreams of hitting a putt like this. This is what little kids in the backyard dream of doing from this exact distance. Congratulations, buddy. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you, everybody. See you again.